এই শুরু হইতে Okay, thank you very much, all of students. Fourth year, I think your weakness in tensor analysis. Firstly, I have discussed with the Ricci theorem, just like as class 13. Okay. We have to discuss in Ricci theorem. Ricci theorem. Ricci theorem is deeply mindly the matrix tensor R covariant constant with respect to Cristobal symbols. This previous discuss with the Cristobal symbols. I think that you are so easy. Right now, firstly show that number 1 G I J K equal 0. Secondly, G I J K equal 0. And thirdly, del I J dot K equal 0. It's a proof. In secondly, you have to clear mind and set up to the gradient, divergence and curl. It discuss with the 2nd year calculus 2 gradient, divergence and curl. Gradient, divergence and curl is tensor analysis is somehow important and easy method. So gradient, it's also gradient. Finally, gradient phi equal to del of derivative of del of phi equal to denoted by phi comma phi of I, comma I. Okay, that's equal to, we have to written as del of phi divided by del of xi is a gradient of phi. Gradient of phi means derivative of del of phi, that is tensor denoted phi of I and tensor denoted del phi by del xi. And divergence and di divergence of phi. Divergence of phi means divergence of phi is equal di b a I equal a I comma j, a I comma I. It is the divergence of phi. It is the tensor denoted a I comma j. Okay, thank you. A and denoted di of b a I equal to del ai del AI divided by del xi plus I and S A S. Clear? It is the divergence of AI. It is the divergence of AI and curl. This divergence of covariant vector AI is denoted by AI and is defined as divergence of AI. At the same way, divergence of AI. Divergence of AI. AI, a covariant, contravariant. Covariant and contravariant defined as divergence of AI equal to G of I J A I J. Right, you are. This is the divergence of covariant vector. AI is denoted by divergence of AI and is defined that's equal to that's is the equation Gij del AI divided by del x j minus S I j into A S. Okay. Firstly, gradient of phi. You have to memorize deeply. Derivative of del of phi. That is denoted atto. It's a tensor atto. But divergence of phi. Divergence of phi means div of AI. Covariant and contravariant. Okay? It is denoted by Aij. Divergence of AI equal to del AI divided by del xi plus a. This divergence of others way Gij Aij. Gij Aij means atto. It's a format. You have to deeply thinking about this format. Okay? Next, discuss the curl. Divergence, gradient divergence and curl. Curl means curl. C-U-R-L. Curl of A-I. Curl of AI. It's also defined as Aij minus Aj. It's also right now in khata. Okay. That's equal del AI divided by del xj minus Sij. It's also S minus Aj del Aj divide del xi minus S divide Ij into As. This is the format. Curl of AI. Curl of AI is the format and rules. This rule is so important and essential to all of 4th year tensor analysis students. I think CURL curl of AI equal to del AI divide del xi minus del AJ divide del xi del xj del xj del AI divide del x del xj divide del xi. That's equal to AIJ minus AJI. Okay? It's curl of AI. Curl of AI, curl of AI. These the rules and format. Format and rules. It rules is so memorize. And application to font. Laplacian equation, and discuss the Laplacian equation is so important. I think it's also clear and memorize also. Laplace means del square phi, and this also divergence of del phi is the same way, and tensor analysis is div of phi comma I. Okay, it is cylindrical coordinates is Laplacian of phi cylindrical coordinates. Cylindrical coordinates is del square phi equal to 1 by rho del by del r, del by del rho into rho of del phi by del rho plus 1 by rho square del square phi divided by del of theta square plus del square phi divided by del of z square. Okay, and spherical and spherical coordinates cylindrical coordinates Laplacian means atto, that's also atto, and cylindrical coordinates is Laplace transformation rules, that's spherical coordinates this del square f equal to 1 by r square del by del r into r square del f by del r plus 1 by r square sin square 1 sin theta del by del theta into sin of theta del f by del theta plus 1 by r square sin square theta del square f divided by del of phi square. Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, Laplace transformation. Secondly, cylindrical coordinates. Thirdly, spherical coordinates. Is Laplace, and Laplace. Firstly, Laplace, cylindrical and spherical. It's also totally memorized and right now in khata. Obviously, thinking about these rules are so applicable is tensor analysis. It's also memorize these rules and applicable methods. It's so easy. I think You have to clear and mindly solve it. I think you have to clear that, then you are share and subscribe to all of others students. Okay, thank you very much.